No, it's not Sunday night, it's Monday night. And unfortunately, we only have 4 round the round table this evening. But that notwithstanding, we're here nevertheless. We're ready, we're primed. And it's Audio Who. Tonight we have an outing with Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor and the Big Finish monthly main range, alongside Julie Cox's Mary Shelley as his companion on this outing, and the Silver Turk. This follows on from the 30-minute story alongside the two in the company of friends entitled Mary's Story. And we're off to the races in adventures in time and space with Mary Shelley herself. We have Vienna, we have the 1800s, we have carnivals galore, and we have the mysterious Silver Turk who seems to like to play the piano, as well as a vast array of other things. But what do we think about that? You're about to find out, but before we get to that, let's get to this. It's your panel for this evening. Joining us from a public street, nowhere near a street corner, it's Sue. Sue, how goes it?
Wonderful. I'm here in Boston, and I'm enjoying my day. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Way off the corner, dearie. Okay, joining us from the bowels of hell is my buddy for Corpus Christi. It's Texas Tim Wells. Tim, how you doing, mate?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good to have you, man. And always early doors on a Tuesday morning this week. It's the Thunder from Down Under. AJ, how goes it, man?
Hey guys, happy Anzac Day.
There you go, yes. And all the best to all those good vets out there. So yeah, guys, the Silver Turk. As I say, we've got Austria. We have, what was the guy's name? No Dr. Droffel, the other guy.
What other guy?
The whiny one?
The whiny one who had a thing for the Countess.
Alfred Stahlbaum?
Right, well, we'll just call him Al. So he believes he's, in part, responsible for this magnificent thing called the Silver Turk, which basically enthralls audiences from Stuttgart to Vienna, all across the land. And as it turns out, there's some sinister cybernetic goings on under that mask, as well as countless murders and various eyeballs going missing. What did the Cyberman have to do with that? Well, you're about to find out. So let's see. Well, how did we feel about this one? AJ, opening thoughts please on the Silver Turk. Paul McGann and Julie Cox.
Yeah, I didn't mind this story. I really liked how at the beginning of the story, Mary Shelley was like really excited about traveling with the Doctor, and she just thought it was amazing that she traveled from one spot to another, not knowing that she could go anywhere and everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. I also like how this is sort of really early Cybermen, like spare parts on with Cybermen, just shortly after that, which is cool. It was good to see them being back at their roots of being, clanky and having their bits and pieces falling off still, just trying to get their stuff together. Mm-hmm. I did like the murder and the mystery in it, and how there's little dribs and drabs here of real history as well, and a little foretelling of Mary Shelley's future writing.
Yep.
Which the Doctor says, "I love all your books," and scared the pants off of me, and she's like, "I haven't written anything yet," which was kind of funny. So I like the whole concept of the story, how it was future, past, and everything else in between. It was good.
Good stuff, mate. Interesting take. All right, Sue, opening thoughts for you.
Well, I loved Mary Shelley as a companion. What a gothic Wonder Woman she was, and I loved the way the Cybermen were sort of a bit rubbish at this point, and how Mondas and Earth, there was that sort of connection between them establishing. Yeah, that's my opening thoughts. Thanks.
All right, keep on walking. Timbo, how about you, mate? Opening thoughts? Julie Cox, Paul McGann, what do you reckon?
Well, what I liked about the story was that it was just a lone Cyberman again kind of thing, where he was in the wrong place. And one thing that stuck out was the way that how he befriended Mary Shelley. I'm talking about the Cyberman, and because she was sympathetic towards him, and you almost think that they're going to go down the road where he's not actually a bad Cyberman; he's just in the wrong place. But by the end of it, he kind of like changed, he reveals that he's actually a bad guy too. I mean, because remember he says that if you don't do what we say, Doctor will kill the girl.
Yeah.
And she was like amazed that he turned on her like that. But there you go. It was a fun story. I think it was interesting that the Doctor was suddenly so concerned about, since he's traveling with a known quantity, I mean, a famous writer, that he, by bringing her along, he might affect the future, which I think is a bit short.
Well, yeah. That was a bit short, wasn't it? And we'll get back to Tim momentarily. But for me, interesting outing. Julie Cox does a masterful job as Mary Shelley in this. What is the first of these trilogy of stories. The concept of the murder mystery surrounding the time period and the removal of the eyes to make these puppets was kind of neat, you know. Kind of a wee hark back to hell. You want to go as early back as Deep Breath, when the half-faced guy's nicking people's eyes. So a wee acknowledgement there, even though probably nothing to do with that. Yeah, like Tim alluded to, you had the one concept of the one Cyberman. Actually, that way it turns out there's two. You've got the Alex guy's, masterpiece of his circus show in the Silver Turk, and then you've got this other one which Dr. Drotto is believing is his local dog and does whatever he so fits. But as it turns out, he's no mute. There's a big adventure with a big bolt of lightning towards the end of part 3, and they're all regenerated and renewed. So, one deactivates itself so the other one may live. And that's handy because it's got no arms anymore. So, but the one that was the actual Silver Turk in the fairground and in the shows really was in bad nick. I mean, that scene, well, we'll talk about scenes later, but let's just say feeding that a mechanical device soup or oil or whatever the hell it was getting fed isn't advisable. Timbo, back to you before you were so rudely interrupted by those smokers. What do you reckon, man?
No, I just thought that it was odd that the Doctor was so concerned that if something happened to her, he would ruin the future, which is something that's never really bothered him before, because when you think about it, Perfect Gillian Brown could be the president of the United States in the future sometime, and whilst 5 and 6 might not know that, 9 and 10 might well know that. You know what I mean? It's like, but he's a time traveler, so I mean, in other words, it's only because she's a famous writer that he had that concern, which I thought was a bit strange. But I mean, in other words, yeah, it was a good story.
Excellent, man. Yeah, and just to concur that, I'd enjoy this outing as well. Good outing from McGann here. Right, guys, any events, characters, or instances that stood out for you? Maybe we mentioned cast members. If AJ's got the cast list there. AJ, what's new that I mentioned you? Anything stick out for you?
Mary Shelley, Karen, and Knife wherever she goes. That is
there you go.
As.
Yeah. Don't mess with that chick. She'll cut you up. Yeah.
And also, like you said, spoon feeding a Cyberman, that sounded really painful for the Cyberman. He was just like choking up on anything.
Great sound effects there by Nick Briggs.
That was awesome, it was. Also, now that Cyberman gave up his last arm, he's armless. He's just completely armless.
Yeah.
He's not going to arm anyone anymore.
No. Makes it safe for being legless. Yep.
I like how also the Doctor feels really dubious about giving the Count future medicine when he was first attacked.
He's in the cell. Yeah, and his eye. Yeah.
He's never felt bad about doing that before, though, in previous incarnations, like giving out future medicines or future knowledge or anything like that. So obviously, this one's a little bit more responsible than the previous ones.
Well, the previous one was a David little bastard. You know, I mean.
Yeah. I thought that's it for now.
All right. Sue, anything stand out for you in this one, character-wise?
Well, Alex, of course, for some obvious reasons, and also I loved the wonder of Mary Shelley. She was so great as a companion, as a strong adventurous, and wow, I really loved. That's where I'll leave it.
All right, fine. Yes, sir. Timbo, anything stand out for you?
I thought it was a strange idea for Big Finish to go backwards to this point in the Doctor's history rather than. what they did was a year later they went forward with Dark Eyes, and which is post Lucy Miller. Mm-hmm. I thought it's kind of strange that they did that. I'm not sure about the whole politics behind the scenes, but I mean, but yeah, this is a nice addition to his lineup. I mean, instead they went back to before Charlie, and they had this little trilogy with this girl, and she is interesting. I mean, it's because she is a famous writer, and we know her work, and so it's like it's I don't know, an interesting approach. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was a good little story.
Yeah, Mark Platt really has done no bad story. It's interesting you bring that up, Tim, how they this was after the events with Lucy Muller, they went back the way. They've essentially got a trilogy of stories out of a throwaway line in Storm Warning.
Is it?
You know, yeah. Because he mentions Mary Shelley when he's on the R101, so...
okay.
They've obviously...
Was that before they did the Mary story, 30-minute story?
Yeah, I think they just done these four basically four of them back to back basically. Except obviously the Mary story was in the previous set with McGann in the last set in the main range. The 4 30-minute stories. Mm-hmm. I think even the coin in there as well. So there you go. So yeah, interesting take. You know, a throwaway line in Charlie's first outing, and you get a trilogy of stories. Well, technically a quartet if you can code the 30-minute tale, but there you go. Hey ho. Dr. Drotto, as I say, the revelation that he turned out to be an actual puppet himself, even though you thought he was another piece on the chessboard that was, one of the main threats. It turns out he created the perfect image himself. Which was kind of weird, but there you go. The guy I've got a lot of empathy in this story for, though, is a poor cabbie, old Broadfish. Was it Broadfish? I know I said Broadchurch here. What was his name again? As you can tell, folks, we're not very fluent in German.
Sorry, I'm just having a look. Can't see.
Broadfish, church, cab driver.
I can't see his name on the list here.
Oh, right, hang on.
Well, it's a good point though, because he's a likable character, and then when he gets killed with the little accident, but then when they come back later, he's there, and he's not him really.
He's toyified. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a whatever his name was. All right, hang on. Bear with, we'll be right back, folks. I can edit this. I can't put my point across without knowing the bloody guy's name.
Sorry. Ernest Bradfish.
Bradfish. No, that was my bad. Bradfish, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, mate. No, it was me. I'm the one that's pronouncing it wrong. Bloody Broadchurch. Damn you, Chibnall. Yeah, Bradfish. Empathy. He did what he could to help out. Hell, there was even at that point in the story that said, screw this, I'm going for a lie down. See you in the morning when the count got hauled off to jail. Good stuff there. Right, well, we're at it. Who played Bradfish?
That was David Schindler.
David Schindler? Good outing for him. Right, and who played Dr. Drottle?
Dr. Drossel was Gareth Armstrong.
Gareth Armstrong, very sinister.
He's done a couple other characters on the side, barkers and punters.
Well, there you go. And of course, you also have the Countess, who was played by...
Countess was
Mitzi.
Claire White.
Claire White. And finally...
Call me Mitzi.
Call me Mitzi. Cheese and Worcester, yeah. And finally, obviously, Alec Steinborn, the spoon feeder, basically.
Alfred Stahlbaum. Christian Bressington.
Who's that, sorry?
Christian Bressington.
There we go. So that's the cast, basically, for this. That's the guest cast, essentially, for this one, folks. Sorry that took a while, but our grasp of the German language is absolutely appalling. We ain't wonderbar. So, yeah, good outing for the cast, the guest cast, and obviously Julie Cox, she's obviously, a guest companion for the next 2 or 3 stories, but bang up job all round, and you can't really complain, so good stuff. Before we get this rated in the can, anything else you wish to bring up regarding this tale? Open mic portion of the podcast. Anything?
Well, the music was nice.
Yeah, the music was good.
Yeah.
I like the part where the the doctor was told that they're going to stick the Silver Turk on him, and he's like, what, is he going to do another Beethoven at me?
Yeah.
And also when he's going after the cat in the prison cell, and the cop's like, no, you and your lawyer can't come in and see the prisoner, and he's like, I'm not a lawyer. What is wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, lawyer. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, but the same way you've got these lanky puppets, you know, remember they attacked the house and they kidnapped Mary, and you're like, oh, it's like Pinocchio gone wild, man, you know, it's like, yeah, take that, Disney, and there's Tim gets the bell again. This one's kind of clunky. Sue, anything else you want to bring up before we rate it?
Yeah, I really just another sort of shout out to the puppets, because the puppets were awesome and very eerie, and like I was really glad that they had some cyber control of other humans, you know, or humanoids, because you know, that was definitely showed a lot of the peril that our TARDIS team and the rest of the planet were in. It was this peril to do with becoming puppets and then becoming cyberized.
All right, cool. Cheers. Else, guys, before we get rated? No. Huh?
Yeah, sorry, I found it strange how the second Cyberman in the story felt regret and remorse for disabling the first one. Like, he still had his emotions. He was still almost human. So that's also, you know, harkens back to really early Cybermen when they hadn't taken away their emotions.
What was the name it was given? Was it Grad or...
Graham?
Oh, there you go.
Well, they might have been Graham, Graham. It didn't sound like they were saying Graham, like, you know, we say your name. But,
hello, you.
But I think that's a point I was trying to make earlier, that it seemed like the Cyberman wasn't exactly a bad person. He was just in a lot of trouble. Maybe it was after the experiment with the you know, the light tower or whatever, with the electric shock or whatever. Maybe that's when he kind of went bad again, or more cybertized or something. Because like AJ said, he was a sympathetic character, and like and Mary Shelley actually befriended him, and then so she was really shocked when he turned on her in the last episode, you know, and said, "Well, you know, Doctor, you don't say we'll just kill the girl, whatever." So I don't know. It seemed like they were going to go down that way, and they kind of turned it around, but it wasn't bad. So
all right, cool, man. All right, guys. Well, since Will's no here this week, I can't exactly say it's that time again and get a flipping retort. So I'll just say, I guess it's ratings time. Short, sweet, and to the point, albeit a wee bit clunky this week. The Silver Turk, Big Finish main range, story number, crap, is it 150? I believe it's 150. If I'm wrong, then
153.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, I'll put a big red X here then at some point. Story 153. Paul McGann and Julie Cox. All right, Sue, on the streets of Boston, what do you give us out of 10?
I will give this a 9 out of 10. I love Mary Shelley as a companion. I loved her in Dark Eyes. Yay! Anyway, thanks.
Well, that would have been phenomenal, but she wasn't in Dark Eyes. Go listen again.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No, then what was...
You're thinking of Molly.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Right, get back in your tardy box. AJ, what do you give us out of 10?
I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a beautifully constructed story, good music, all-round good action. McGann goodness.
There you go, mate. Gothic and puppeteering to the point. Timbo, what's the view for Helmet? What do you reckon?
I'll give it an 8.5. I liked it a lot too, but I wouldn't go that far with a 10 or a 9 even. I think there were a couple of things that could have been better, but I mean, but overall it was a good story. One thing I forgot to mention, I thought Paul McGann was very enthusiastic sounding in this story. It almost like he had to dial himself back a little bit, like this is the beginning, and I'm that guy, you know, with the hair and the outfit, rather than the guy that he becomes later in Dark Eyes. So that's pretty cool.
Excellent, and I'll concur with that. I'll give this a solid 8 myself. Solid outing. Paul McGann, Julie Cox, it's been reiterated. No bad wee trilogy of stories, and this is a really good, fantastic opener. So If that's your thing, kids, go give it a listen and see what you think. You never know. It's not a bad wee Cyberman tale in 1800s Vienna. Go for it. Good stuff. Right, guys, done dusted, and we can to the few that were able to attend this week due to my inebriation of yesterday. Thanks for your attendance, guys. We'll hopefully have a full amount back with us Fit and Fit this Sunday when we sit down and tackle. We're going to take a wee break for these supposed loose trilogies that we've done for 5, 6 and 7, and we're going to throw in a wee second Doctor tale in there in the early adventures range. I'm hoping we've not done this. I don't think we have. Entitled The Black Hole. So, yeah, we'll give that a listen, and we'll see what the monk has to offer in that one. You better Fraser Hines down Patrick Troughton, so we look forward to sitting down and tackling that one. As always, guys, check out our various buddies on the wacky, wonderful world of the YouTube, your Dr. Freedom and his daily news broadcast and his Omega files, as well as the Adventures of Dr. Freedom and Eric. You have the guys and dolls here at Geeks Assembled. You've got Sue there, we tell us Blue Radios, Harry, we Doctor Who use, go read a book, all that good stuff. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, you know, just, but above all else, enjoy. I'm getting the hell on out of here because it's time to go and get coffee and put some whiskey in it. Yeah, excellent remedy. So be excellent to yourself, guys, and each other, and we'll see you next week. Adios, guys, and for the 8 or 9 of you that day watch, thanks for watching. Laters.